Here we are with another tag video. Admittingly, I'm a little late getting back around to this one, but better late than never, right? This is how do we rate our book tags. The tag was originally created by Emily from Novell Novels, and I was tagged by Rod Gilley. Rod is an indie writer, book reviewer, and also posts interviews with other writers and booktubers, so you should really check out his content. The tag consists of 9 different prompts, so let's just jump right into it. Prompt number 1. How often do you DNF a book, and what makes you DNF? Well, I rarely DNF a book. I think I've only DNF'd maybe 3 or so books since starting my booktube journey. As far as what would make me DNF a book, for the most part it would be a storyline that seems sporadic with no sense of direction and characters that I don't care about. It would have to be a combination of the two though, because for me, strong characters that I truly care about will carry me through a pointless storyline just to see what happens next. There have been a few other instances that have caused me to DNF a book. Recently, I was doing an ARC read for a Welsh author, and there were so many phrases and lingo that was obviously native to Welsh culture that I had no idea about. I couldn't make heads or tails of it, or even use context clues to figure out if phrases meant something good or bad. Ultimately, I had to give up. I was spending too much time trying to figure out the motives and feelings of the characters and losing track of what the story was actually about. Prompt number 2. Do you rate books 1 star? I have never rated a book a 1 star. To me, that's the lowest possible rating, and I would probably DNF a book before that. 1 star would be the absolute worst, and I could not see myself ever finishing a book that was impacting me that negatively. If I DNF a book, I do not see any fairness in giving it a rating at all, since I do not know how the story ends. Prompt number 3. What is a 2-star book for you? For me, a 2-star book is one that I am able to finish, and it was just a total miss in my opinion. In looking back through my Goodreads account, I can only find one example of me giving a book a 2-star rating. I guess that's a fine line between finishing a book I didn't like and a book that I DNF, and I rarely push reading a story to that limit. Prompt number 4. Is a 3-star book a good book for you? I would consider a 3-star book good, or at least so-so. If I give a book 3 stars, it was obviously enjoyable enough for me to finish and worth spending my time doing a review on. For a 3-star book, there are aspects of the characters and the story that I like or can identify with, but there are plots or points within the story that I think are unnecessary or do not go in the direction I thought they should. A 3-star book would be one I would recommend to select people based on genres they like, but with caveats, if that makes sense. Prompt number 5. What does 4 stars mean to you? A 4-star book is a great story with fun characters. For me, the difference between a 4-star and a 5-star would simply be down to the writing style, the ending of the story, grammatical errors, or gratuitous scenes thrown in just because. A 4-star read would be an overall great story with very few complaints, but a great enough story that the complaints are in the shadow of the story itself. Prompt number 6. Do you ever do half-star ratings? I don't do half-star ratings. I just tend to follow the rating system of Goodreads and Amazon, since that's where I leave my written reviews. Prompt number 7. Do you rate books 5 stars often? And what do 5-star books do to make them rate that high? I do give 5-star ratings pretty often now that I think about it. Well, it's mostly a good mix between 4 and 5 stars. The difference for a 5-star book for me is a story that once you are finished, you don't feel like picking up a new one immediately. You're in awe of how the story developed, love or even miss some of the characters, and need time for it all to soak in before you start your next book. When I review a book, I focus on that particular book only. I don't compare it to other books, so I guess that's why I do a lot of 5-star books. My ratings are for that book and that book alone. If that particular story is the best that it could be, it's a 5-star for me. Books I've given 5-star ratings to months or even years ago, I can still tell you what they were about, name and describe the characters, things like that. 5-star books are the ones that stay with you long after you've finished them. Prompt number 8. Has your rating of books changed over the years? Not really. My reading taste have slightly changed, but not so much how I rate the books. Prompt number 9. Where do you record your ratings of your books? Goodreads is my main go-to for book ratings. Anything I give 3-star and above now make it to this YouTube channel. And I also leave ratings on Amazon. Lately, I have been getting a few ARC requests, so in those cases, I would also leave ratings or reviews on the sites of the author's choice. Oh, and by the way, I do leave written reviews for anything 3 stars and above, but only a star rating for 2 stars. And there we have it, the how do we rate our books tag. Or how I do, at least. Thanks for tagging me, Rod, and I hope this tag gives some insight behind my thought processes when reviewing a book. Has anyone else done this tag? If so, let me know below so I can check out your responses. I have seen a few others make videos with this tag, and I found them all interesting. It's good to find out how different booktubers approach their reviews. Until I see you again, grab yourself a good book and enjoy a break from reality.